Hello and welcome to Kaleidoscope. I'm Uche Aluku. Today on the program, we're highlighting the private sector response to the COVID-19 pandemic and the commitment of companies to supporting communities they operate in. We'll see how Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC, makers of popular Golden Penny brand, is alleviating the impact of COVID-19 and the lockdown on Nigerians. Also, the Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC, Paul Gbededo, explains how the company has been responding to other challenges over the years through CSR projects. And we have a recap of some of the contributions towards the fight against COVID-19 that have helped governments deal with the crisis better. Glad to have you join us on the program. The current situation highlights the importance of philanthropy and CSR as many companies join in efforts to control the COVID-19 pandemic. Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC, one of Nigeria's leading food and agro-allied companies, operates on a mission to feed the nation every day. With the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic hitting hard on vulnerable populations, the company decided to donate food items to not less than 15 states across the country to support government's effort to provide palliatives. Take a look.
On March 11, 2020, the World Health Organization declared the novel coronavirus outbreak a global pandemic. Just like the rest of the world, a lockdown was imposed in parts of Nigeria to slow the spread of the virus. Although a medical crisis, other social issues such as hunger and unrest soon threaten to undermine the essence of the restriction of movement. It didn't take time for the private sector comprising individuals, groups, and companies to join government's efforts to address the challenge. One of them, Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC, a leading integrated food business and agro-allied group in Nigeria, set out to provide food to assist government in providing palliatives for Nigerians. Beginning in Lagos State, Flour Mills of Nigeria dispatches trucks containing food items, including products of the company's popular brand, Golden Penny, to the Lagos State warehouse in Ikeja. The company is proving itself as a socially responsible organization that looks out for members of society.
Our task, as one of those whose mantra has been to try and feed the nation, is to try and contribute a little bit the little bit that we can to trying to assist that Lagos State team. So it's a pleasure to be here to make a presentation for food worth to feed 102,000 households.
At FMN, we commend the efforts of government, both at the federal and the state level, to stop the spread of this virus. And at FM Golden Penny Flour Mills, we are going to play our full part in defeating the virus, but importantly, in conjunction with government. And we will do that in three main ways. First of all, our great people and our great partners will come together in spite of all of the challenges, but with the full support of the authorities to continue to make our products that the nation loves, be it the noodles, the pasta, the flour, the semo, every day, so we can continue to feed the nation. Secondly, it's important that we make donations at the state level. So we're kick-starting that program today. You asked the question, there's 4 trucks here. This is the start. We are committed through donation to providing 102,000 households in Lagos with food parcels.
The third intervention area, according to the company, is providing medical supplies in addition to this donation of food.
We want to express our profound gratitude to Flour Mills Nigeria Limited for this opportunity, and 102,000 households to be fed in conjunction with the Lagos State government is a huge task, and we are very happy. And it's also important to let me use this opportunity to let Lagosians know that as of today, 12 local governments out of the big 20 have been they now have food. it is a palliative way of reducing the economic burden that we currently experience. There are other corporate organizations, individuals that have contributed to the emergency food response.
The company has since reached a total of 15 states across the country with donations of food items to state governments to cushion the impact of the pandemic and the lockdown.
This is an emergency period and an unusual situation, and we appreciate them for, contributing to a worthy cause.
And so I want to tell Golden Penny, Flour Mills of Nigeria, thank you very much for your support. This will go a long way and will ensure that this reaches every citizen of Cross River.
Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC was incorporated in 1960, growing into one of the largest flour milling companies in Nigeria with an installed capacity of approximately 9,310 metric tons per day. The company prides itself in its impact in Nigeria over the years, which transcends food manufacturing to responding to other socioeconomic needs in the country.
Corporate social responsibility is not a regulatory issue, but make no mistake, CSR is a big deal, so much so that it is a matter at the board level in many companies, and millions are budgeted for CSR programs, be it to address social problems, environmental problems, or infrastructure needs. Earlier, I spoke with the Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC, Paul Gbededo, to find out how much the company is contributing to Nigeria's development.
Well, as a corporate citizen, we have a responsibility, and that has been our focus and our philosophy over the years, shared values. Wherever we are operating, we think of how to create shared values for our stakeholders. Not only that, but also to think of the environment. How can we ensure that the impact of our operations is sustainable in the environment that we operate? We also think about our responsibility to the communities. How do we support the community socially, to see that at least we have a mutual benefit, across those communities. So from time we have always, made provision in our budget for CSR. No year passes that we do not have budget up to $500 million as CSR, across all the states that we operate. Many years we've gone beyond that. We focus mainly on the areas that we feel will impact our businesses and will be mutually beneficial, to the people as well. Mainly education. We focus on education. We focus on health services. We focus on the infrastructure. Infrastructure is very important. We focus on environment, and then security. Those are very critical areas that we focus on for our CSR. It might interest you to recall that recently, as recent as 2 years ago, in partnership with other stakeholders, we reconstructed the Apapa Wharf Road, a federal government road. It's a 2-kilometer stretch from the bridge, Apapa Bridge, right down to the Nigerian Ports Authority gate. It was a tripartite, collaboration to build that road, and we were one, and we contributed over $250 million, to reconstruct that road. But that is just infrastructure. When it comes to education, research, and skills acquisition, we always look for where we can benefit the community. Like in Apapa here, we renovate schools, primary schools, secondary schools. We purchase buses, for schools. In our Apapa community, when it comes to medics, from time to time we call medical services to do eye tests, and we provide them with eyeglasses, those who need eyeglasses. We do those things. Outside Apapa here, when we move into the countryside, we have built police stations, to enhance security in the community and also of our own business areas. In skill acquisition, we have been supporting, for instance, University of Ibadan for research in food technology that will be beneficial to the students of Nigeria and also, our business. Even at Lagos University Teaching and Hospital, College of Education, we have CSR programs there as well, supporting the dentistry, to ensure that they have the equipment that are necessary, to train and develop dentists, in the country. Remember, there's a saying that the God that gives us the teeth will also give us the bread to eat. So for us, it works out very well because we are in bread business, food business, and of course, it's good that we think about the health, the health of our community.
I totally agree. Now, this is a wide range of areas, intervention areas. How do these projects reflect the goals, the objectives, the mission of FMN in Nigeria?
FMN has as its focus, three key areas. Our economy is very important. Environment is very, dear to our heart, and of course, the social, the communities. So when it comes to economy, we ensure that we focus on our business. We are in business to create shared value for our stakeholders, make sure that we provide employment, to the community. We ensure that we create value, we create wealth, for the people. We work with SMEs, our dealers, our customers. We ensure that we provide them with the right products that the consumer will want, and thereby creating value, creating the economy, and making our businesses very accretive and profitable. That is our core focus. Second one, of course, is the environment. Whatever technologies, whatever business we do, we look at what is the impact, of our business to the environment. Is it sustainable? So sustainability is a key. Even though you have businesses that may disturb the people, in quote, but is this sustainable? What do we do to mitigate whatever impacts? So we think of technologies that will be friendly. We think of equipments that will be friendly to the environment and that will make the environment, to be sustainable, our businesses to be sustainable. That is very critical, to us. And that's why we do not just jump into any operation. We do environmental impact assessment. We ensure that the equipment that we bring in, they meet up with the current technologies and current global sustainability goals, for businesses, to thrive. That is very important to us. Then thirdly, we look at what are we giving back to the people, and that is where the CSR, issues come in. We need to give back to the people. We need to support the people mutually. We believe that if the community is happy and we enjoy a peaceful environment, then our businesses can thrive.
Speaking of giving back, can you tell me some of the most impactful projects such that they've transformed lives? So someone hearing about CSR and sounds like an abstract idea. How can people understand how CSR initiatives carried out by FMN can change their lives on a personal, individual level?
Let me give you just a couple. If you go back 5 years on this wharf road, trucks were tumbling on the road, loaded trucks with containers. You just hear that that truck has fallen. The container has fallen off the truck because the road was very bad. The road was in a state of total disrepair, and it was posing a great danger to the communities around Apapa here. But not just that. We know how critical Apapa is to the economy or the GDP of the country. It has been said that the economy of Apapa is about 20 billion a day. That was about 3-4 years ago, the economy of Apapa. It might have grown beyond that now. And this is the main artery. Wharf Road is the main artery into Apapa, and it was in a very bad state. Definitely it was hurting the economy, not just of those of us in Apapa here, but the entire country. So it was no brainer then, for us to look at it as a CSR project. And in partnership with 2 others, we were able to do a total reconstruction, a 2-kilometer reconstruction of Apapa Wharf Road, pro bono. Pro bono, it's free. That's how Apapa Wharf Road today, is free for everyone. And it has improved, the logistics from Apapa, and businesses are running better, than it was. So that's a big impact, that CSR of reconstructing Apapa Wharf Road. So that's from infrastructural point of view. Think of education. What we do in University of Ibadan, for instance, the Food and Science Center, Research Center of University of Ibadan is an FMN center. All right, all the students offering food sciences and going through University of Ibadan will go through that research center. It's a platform for them to develop. It's a platform for them, to learn global development in food technology and food science. So that is beneficial to the country at large, but also to us, because we know that we have produced 2 CEOs in this organization that were educated, in the University of Ibadan. So it's a mutual thing, and I think those 2 big CSR projects have been very impactful.